It's your boy, Sam Bruce here, Sam MMA fan Bronx. Sitting here still buzzing after that main event at UFC 214. John Jones versus Daniel Cormier. That was a crazy fight. Uh, I'm way more excited than I'm speaking because the wife is sleeping, the kids are sleeping, but and that was a fire fight, man. That's probably one of the best fights of all time, man. I think that as far as the finish is concerned, that was brutal. You know, Daniel Cormier. I don't know if he was winning the fight. It was super competitive. I mean, I loved what he was doing in there, and it was, it was setting up to be just a barn burner the whole way, and then one minute he's in it, he's doing great. Who knows what could happen, and then that's fighting, man. But Jones set it up beautifully. He had been throwing a lot of kicks, body all over the place, whatever the case is. And then he just hit him with that high kick with the left leg, man. I mean, and it was like if you watch it, it was like right on the jaw. I mean, like man, yeah. I mean, he hit him so hard that like spit flew from Cormier's mouth, which is normal, but the spit was like so thick. I thought it was his mouthpiece at first. Um, and man, the heart that dude showed. I mean, it's like he wanted so bad to stay in that fight, even after he got hit with that kick, man. But you know, most of us, we fall asleep as soon as that kick hits our chin, man. The fact that he tried to regain his bearings, respect to DC, man. That was a fantastic fight. I like both of those guys, John Jones and Daniel Cormier. And I know that a lot of times people feel like, oh, you gotta love one and say F the other, man. I love the character that they both are, man. I thought that DC's, the upstanding dude. Been riding with Jones since I saw him in that Stephen Bonner fight and just knew he was something special as soon as he's the way he ragdolled him. But it's like this is the hurt business, right? They can't both uh, be the man at the same time, And John, I'm sorry, I keep on moving because I'm trying to get all these lights in my apartment. They're killing me here. Um, John was right. He said, hey, you know what? He's in the wrong era. Like, DC spent a lot of his formative athletic years chasing the Olympics, and like, he could have, and if mixed martial arts had been as big back when Daniel Cormier was like 20 something years old, early 20s. There's a chance maybe he goes to just one Olympics. Maybe in after 2004 Olympics. I think he went to the I think it was the 2004 and 2008 Olympics. Maybe it was 2000. Whatever the case is, maybe he only goes to one Olympics and then he transitions to mixed martial arts. But mixed martial arts wasn't paying what it's doing. It wasn't as popular. For a wrestler his caliber, going to the Olympics is the thing, right? Be American hero. Then you transition to a head coaching job at some, college or something like that. That was the path for most wrestlers, Mixed martial arts just wasn't that viable until recently. So it's like you feel bad, you feel like you missed out, but don't get it twisted, man. Like Joe Rogan said, and it's correct, is DC is the second greatest light heavyweight, bar none, man. People don't get nostalgic, don't start screaming out about Chuck Liddell or Randy Couture or Tito Ortiz or anybody else. I mean, Daniel Cormier was just, he started late, but he's so legit. I mean, there's nobody who could mess with this guy other than John Jones, man. I mean, that's just it. He's his foil. I mean, but he is still the second greatest light heavyweight of all time. Just an amazing fighter. I mean, 38 years old. I'm watching these highlights on Fox Sports after the fact. I mean, it's just like, man, he was doing so good, man. My heart, as happy as I am for John Jones, it's like, my heart breaks equally for Daniel Cormier. Moving on, Damian Maya and Tyron Woodley put on an interesting fight, and I just don't a lot of times connect with a lot of a lot of fans. Like, I've never even gone to an actual UFC fight, but I still consider myself, hardcore fan. Try to catch everything, when a UFC is not being too crazy and abusive. And I don't feel too bad about the way they treating their fighters. I try to catch everything, pay for most pay-per-views and stuff like that. But I, I don't see what fans see when they be booing fights and stuff. Like, the Tyron's been in these last three fights, this one and the two with Wonder Boy, where there's not a lot of action going on. Now, yeah, okay, so they're not throwing hillbilly haymakers the entire fight, but those are very tactical fights, right? These are fights where one wrong move and you could be waking up trying to figure out what happened. What happened to me. And the fact that that anybody who has knowledge of the two fighters that are in there should know that, hey, you let Damian Maya get you down, you might not be getting back up, right? It could be a game set match, right? Chael Sonnen many moons ago fighting Damian Maya, he does like this foot sweep and a like judo throw, mounts him, and it's a wrap. Rick Story got him down. It's a wrap. So you know that, right? So you can't just be in there throwing crazy shots, trying to get him out of there. You got to be very technical, like Tyron was. I mean, he fought a great fight, and Damian, for his part, he could have done some things a little bit. He like Dominic Cruz was correct. He was saying it all throughout the fight: throw high kicks, throw stuff, entice Woodley to want to throw you down and maybe get on top of you or something like that. But you have nothing to lose at a certain point, other than obviously your conscience. It's easy for me to sit here and say, you got nothing to lose when you got Woodley, you opposite Woodley, and this guy's a berserker who can put your lights out at any point. But I'm always fascinated in fights like that where you got dangerous guys. You got your Tyron Woodley, who's a dangerous fighter. You got Maya. Before that, you have Wonder Boy. I was captivated. I just don't understand why these guys spend so much time booing those fights. I mean, it's not the most action, but you should recognize what is going on. Like why it's not as much action as you would expect. Let me try to keep this thing to 10 minutes. I, Chris Cyborg for Tanya Evinger for the vacant featherweight title. Um, I thought the fight that was another interesting fight. I actually was pretty surprised that Cyborg was as composed as she was, and I thought that Tanya Evinger was trying to do like a kind of a rope-a-dope with her, and Chris just did a good job of just not doing a George Foreman and just throwing big shots and her, you could hear Jason Perillo warning her, pick your shots, be selective. And but Evinger tried to hang in there as long as she could, and I know her idea was, hey, maybe she'll, um, you know, blow her wad and be tired, and then I can get her in the later rounds, right? But she was under no impression that she could go blow for blow with Cyborg. We're talking those 10-pound difference is a huge difference. Tanya Evinger is the Invicta bantamweight champion, and she's to be respected. And I think that now that she took this fight, she can transition to the 135-pound division and be a player, right up there with the top people in the division. I mean, I think she could be right in there with Nunez or Shevchenko. Um, what else happened? Uh, Donald Cerrone and Robbie Lawler put on a great fight. Um, I thought it was a close fight, but I thought Cerrone won that fight, man. To me, Robbie Lawler is the luckiest fighter in the UFC, man. How many of these close? Like, when is he ever gonna be on the wrong end of one of these decisions? I mean, all these fights are so close. Cerrone, Condit, Johnny Hendricks. Man, to me, that wasn't even close. Neither one of those fights were even close, and he got one of the two against Johnny Hendricks. And I feel like I'm missing one in there, but it's just like I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I thought that Cerrone for his part did a great job, and it was a good fight. I noticed that it seemed like Robbie always takes off the middle round. If it's a 5 round fight, he might take off rounds 2, 3, and 4. So I didn't understand how he beat Hendricks way back in that second fight they had. And the last fight was Uzdemir for the pay per view. That is was Uzdemir versus Jimmy Manuwa. Man, that guy like he's come out of nowhere. I mean, I think he got Popeye spinach or something. He take before he come out here, man. Because he just put it on Jimmy Manuwa. What is it? 30 seconds, I think, tonight. 28 seconds a few months ago against Misha Serkinov, man. That guy was crazy. I mean, some other fights I saw tonight. Jason Knight versus uh, forgive me, Chicago fighter Ricardo Lamas. Um, I kind of felt bad for Knight. I mean, he couldn't stay in there. Lamas did a great job. He hurt him and then he stayed on him. Brian Ortega against I can't forgive me. I can't remember the guy's name. He's a really good fighter, but he was doing well. But he made a mistake of taking him down, and that was a wrap. I mean, and Aljamain. Let me give a shout out to fellow New Yorker Aljamain Sterling. I was actually doubting him. I was saying to my friends in our Facebook mixed martial arts combat sports group that hey, I don't think there's no way Aljamain's style. Like I didn't see it. I was saying there's no path to victory for him, and I wanted him to win, but I just didn't. I like what I've seen from him with the kicks, and it just seems like a lot of times he doesn't use his hands to initiate anything, and I've never seen anybody take down Hindenburg. And to tell you the truth, I actually missed the takedown. I was at a kid's party and I was trying to watch on my phone, but I missed the beginning of the second round. All I saw was him on top, so I still got to go back and watch that to see what he did. Did he shoot a take? Like how did he get him down? And then from there he kind of just took over. But those were the fights. UFC 214 did really impressive, great card. I think that the UFC did themselves a disservice by allowing the McGregor Mayweather thing to kind of overshadow it, yeah. And they had to do everything that they did beforehand with the promotion and everything. But I heard that like I was watching Ariel Helwani, and apparently Dana White had on like a McGregor Mayweather shirt at the weigh-ins. It's like, are you serious? Like, no, this is not the time to be doing that, man. I mean, what a fantastic fight. And again, congrats, Johnny Bones and DC. Keep your head up, man. So proud of the effort you put in, man. It was a fantastic fight. You got nothing to be ashamed of.